Hi, this is Kim Rapier with Papernasium. It's been quite a while. Hi everybody! It's been quite a while since I made a crafting video. It's been about 4 years. I used to do paper or card making pretty much exclusively, and I made a bunch of videos like 4 or 5 years ago. And then, you know, life got in the way and I stopped making videos. And I'm back, and I'm excited to share, start sharing again. So the kind of the impetus of the first video is this little twisting pop-up card. So I have been following G Care, and I'll put a link to her video in the description. And she posted a twisting pop-up card. And I'm in a couple of groups, like I'm in a Graphic 45 Facebook group, I'm in an artist trading card group, and you know, the Graphic 45 group was looking for a pop-up card or a pop-up something, and the ATC group was looking for something blue. So between all those things, I went out on the internet and started looking for an ATC size twisting pop-up card, and there wasn't one. So I decided to, you know, redo all the numbers, which, you know, you'd think you'd just take a percentage, but, you know, then life is not perfect like that. And so I figured out, you know, basically the sizing and how to do this. So I'm going to show everybody and give you the sizes and all that kind of thing. One of the things I did not like about this was, even though I added a gusset, a 1/8 inch gusset, I mean, this just does not sit together. Like, even when you lay it flat, it just doesn't, because of all the paper that's, you know, stuffed up in the crease. So I have done one video, which I did not record 3/4 of. And so here's the one that I made that I didn't record. And it's getting much better, but like, I opted to put the, you know, this extra material that goes underneath the eyelet on the outside from a design standpoint. And I think I would have liked it better if I'd put it on the inside, because that would have helped with my spacing issue. So we're going to do it that way today, or in this video. How about that? Because I've already done this once. So for the base piece of the card, you need 3 things, 3 pieces, and they are 2.5 by 7 1/8. 1 3/4 by 4, and 1 3/4 by 5. So we are going to do all the folding and all that kind of stuff first, and then we'll do some decorating, and we will put it all together as we're decorating it, because that's how you have to do it. Because you will notice that this mechanism, which is the thing that makes it pop up, is attached, if I can show you, to decorated paper. You'll have to trust me if you didn't see that. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm just going to put these off screen in my little holder, because I misplace things very easily. So I have to be organized for the videos. So what we're going to do is we're going to mark this 3.5 and 1/8. And then I switched it around and then do 3.5 and 1/8. Oops. And you could just mark it down at the next 1/8, obviously. And then I'm going to, this is like regular Michael's cardstock. So I'm going to fold it, making sure that the edges line up. And then just push it the other direction a little bit, make sure that the edges line up, and score it. You want these, you know, if you're going to score something, generally, not always, you want it well scored and burnished. Okay, so I'm just going to set this off. I have a little tray that I put things I don't want to lose while I'm working on stuff, so I'm going to put it in that tray. The next one we're going to work on is the 2x5, or the 1 3/4 by 5. These are the easy ones, so that's why we're doing these first. You're going to fold it in half, burnish, and then you're going to fold each of these in half. Again. Okay, so you end up with something that looks like this, you know, or this. So again, I'm putting that off in my little thing. Now, this is the one that that does this folding that creates the pop out mechanism part. So what we do here is we mark 1 inch in from each edge. Oops, 1 inch in. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fold edge to edge. This is just a way to help you get that straight edge. So then you just lift this up. Okay, so these you want to really make sure are well burnished. Now, something to pay attention to here, these do not line up at a 45-degree angle like I thought for several times that I made these, because you're not actually, this is not a square from line to line. It's a rectangle, so it's not going to line up all nice and pretty the way I wanted it to. Still does the job. Okay, so you do that, and then you fold this in half lengthwise. So I am not an expert at folding this in the niftiest, best way. So I'm just going to do the best I can. Oh, it worked. Voila! So what I'm looking for when I do this is that these, folded edges in the middle come together. And then what I've done is I press these. They're not on exactly the fold that we made, but they're pretty close. So it being a part like this is okay. I tend to like these lined up and let me see. And, parallel with each other. And then I like this to be parallel with this line. And it's not, so I'm going to fix it. I don't know that it matters for the mechanism to work. I know that that's what I need from an aesthetic standpoint, although this is not visible, so I don't know why there's an aesthetic standpoint here, but that's what makes me feel like I'm producing a good product at all levels. So there we have, so now we have our three pieces. We have the gusseted base of the card, we have the part that comes out, and then we have the mechanism. So what I want to do now is do some decorating. Okay, so I want this one on the top. So we all have our preference for glues, right? I tend to use Aleene's glue unless it doesn't work, which is infrequent, but does happen. So what I did was I cut these like, because this is, so I cut these 2.5 minus 1/8 and 3.5 minus 1/8, so that there is a little tiny border. And obviously, you know, you can do your edging and any, you know, anything else like that that you want to do. These are decorative, so don't feel like you can do anything that you want to decorate them and make them look the way you want them to. That's that. I'm just gonna, what I tend to do with these is put them under my board. And then while I'm working on something there, I'm also doing something to help them be flat. I like her. I'm gonna put her on, in the middle actually. Sorry. Oh, I forgot. One of the things I did in these is to help I think it helps the mechanism work a little better, is cut on these edges. And I used a 1/2 inch, which for something this small, you might think is kind of a big round, you know, a big chunk to take out. But I think it really helps these things not get caught, or caught as badly, when you open the card. This stamp is one of my favorites, so I'm going to put it on the front. Sorry, I was just making sure why I wasn't putting one over here, and it's because you can't see it. Okay. Okay, so I'm just so I'm going to put this underneath all folded up to help it know that that's what it's supposed to do. Okay, so I'm digging out this other piece. This is the base piece. So this is the one that's got the cover, you know, and the inside. So what we want to do is, ooh, this is all wonky, isn't it? What we want to do is put this in the middle, you know, centered, and then we're going to smush it in there. So, oh, maybe I need to start a new bottle. You know, I'm just doing it on that side and on this side. That looks like a lot of glue, so I'm just gonna take off a little of the glue, spread it around a little bit. You really don't need that much glue to get paper to stick to each other. So I'm lining this up on my mat. Just, you know, it's just a visual. It's not like I'm actually using it to measure. It's just like a visual indicator. And then I'm, you know, making sure that we're centered here and that these down here are generally straight. So there you have that. I think what I'm going to do now is this little I made these little things to go under some eyelets. So these are two pieces of, here's my little tray. I should leave them in there before I lose them. Hi, Dewey.
Can they come in?
No.
It's thundering, you know.
Oh, okay. So we have some visitors because we have thunder, and one of our dogs really doesn't like thunder, and apparently my craft room is the safe room. So I'm just going to poke some of that out. So yeah, we have thunder and lightning all the time. I live in Southwest Florida, which right now is also, you know, surging COVID. And one of our dogs does not like thunder and lightning at all. And we live in the lightning capital of the country. So what I want to do is make the holes for these. I want them far enough up so that this, you know, doesn't overhang like that. I hope you can see that. This is kind of annoying, but okay. What I did on the edges here, I did paint them black, and I ended up using my a black Copic marker because it just is much faster. So, hey Pickles, that's our big dog. You guys can't see him, but he's climbing all over me. So again, I'm going to use this as a visual. You know, it's just centered. I'm on the center line, and I'm going to put it right there. Hey, Pickles. Hey, P-Man. Oh, I wish you could see him. He's up on my desk. No. Pickles. Pickles. And nobody's allowed to, like, walk by or drive by the house either, obviously. So, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all the layers on that dot that I just made. Making sure that everything is... So, the dogs were expelled from the craft room. We do have these holes. We've got a hole here and a hole here. So, and now this is dried enough that the mechanism is actually working and it's attached. So, I'm going to dig out this other little piece. Now, this is the, you know, the pop-out. So, we're going to attach the pop-out. So, in attaching the pop-out, you basically, you put glue on this side up here and glue down here. What is that? But then, you know, it was a matter of, well, where do I actually attach it and what's it supposed to look like? So what I've ended up doing is this crease I put along, you know, the edge, and that's worked out very well. So that's what I'm going to continue to do. So I'm just adding some glue. To that area and adding some glue over here. I added a little more than I wanted to right there. So you're just going to line up the crease with the end generally. Don't feel like, you know, you have to get it perfect. And you want it, you know, centered on the mechanism. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side where the crease goes along the edge. And then, you know, you want to center it. Now, this can take, you know, a little bit, not that long, depends on your glue, for it to set up and be ready to, you know, work, to fold the way it's supposed to. So, and there you go, and it's doing its thing. Okay, so we're back to this point where I have a bunch of space here and no way to sort of contain it and make it do what I wanted it to do, which is the job of, I should leave these in the thing, the job of, you know, these eyelets and the, I don't know, the reinforcements, I guess I'd call them. So I have this, I think it's a Crocodile 2, and I set it on A2 for these. Oh, so this goes on the inside. You want to put these, you know, the little things that you made. These are 2 pieces of product packaging, a fairly medium weight with, you know, that I've covered with some pattern paper. And then I'm just going to put in, these are the We Are Memory Keepers ones, and I wanted to use these because they have these nice washers that I don't mind them being on the front. So cross your fingers that it all comes out okay. I'm always happy when eyelets do what they're supposed to do. I'm just making sure that that thing is set up the best I can, squarely. Okay. there you go. That's what that looks like. And then on the outside, see how it looks really nice and finished on the outside? Because I wanted something, you know, that wouldn't be ugly up there on the front. So I'm just going to do the same thing here. Set that up. So you put these with the rounded side out. And then, you know, of course you have to turn them upside down. Oh, fell out. Oof, start over. Maybe you don't have to turn them upside down. I always have. So there you have that. And that's probably not going to change, even if somebody told me that I didn't have to do that. Upside down. Washers upside down. Okay. Oh, it fell off. And I put it on upside down. Nope, it was right. Okay, so now I'm going to try to get that lined up square again. Holding on to the back. Okay. Great. And again, the back looks pretty good, so I'm happy with that. And I think I want, that's some, I don't know what to exactly to call that, some ribbon or twine from Linda Israel, which is really cute. I just think I want something that has a little more of its own body. It's kind of super floppy. So this time I'm going to see what this gold thread looks like. Oof. Well, okay, let's look at this other thing I've been trying to... So one of the things I've been trying to manage is how to keep this contained. And this isn't perfectly wide. You know, it could be, if it was a little wider, it might be a little better. But it's really good, and I don't know that those eyelets can take much more material. So that I'm happy with. Let's get this tied up a little bit now. And I'm not going to tie it like so that these are, you know, completely together, because I don't want to bow it any more than need be. There. Okay, so what it turns out now is, like, with that, it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. So here's one. Here's the first one with no eyelet. Now I just want to bend this. Bend this. See if that'll help. I think it got bent a little bit in the wrong direction. And then here's the one with the ribbon from Linda Israel. And I'm just going to put, so you don't have to watch me tie a bow, because who wants to do that multiple times? Well, probably do it the other way. Look a lot better. There you go. Okay, so here are the three, sort of the progression. And I actually love all of them. They have, you know, different sort of feels. And I think that's one of the things, that there's room for all different kinds of things like this. So I'm excited to have shown you this and done my first video. And yes, I'm up here looking at my video screen to make sure that it's actually taping this time. And then I want to give you a little preview of some additional things that I want to talk about in future videos. So this is one of them. This is one of my ephemera samplers, sample journals. So I like to make some of the ephemera, and then I put a note in here about, you know, any notes I want about the size, or, you know, where they came from, things like that. And I wanted this to be cheap, and I don't want to say dirty, but the point is just to house ideas. And so it doesn't, the intention was not for it to be gorgeous. So, you know, here are some clothing videos that G Care has done recently. And so I added on here, like, you know, this is a coat that's 6 inches, so that I know, like, what does a 6-inch box get me? Here is, you know, some other origami that she's done recently. This was one of her freebies that she did. This is from Treasure Books. These are, you know, some things that she's done recently. And like, one of the things I put in here is pay attention to up, because, you know, fuchsias grow upside down, and I put them on the paper upside down, you know. So, and I can't zig, and the other note on here is, you know, you just cannot zigzag. I cannot zigzag on this kind of plastic. And then a reminder that, you know, you can emboss these also. Here's the little tassel I made. Here are some book page inserts, and I have notes on them about, you know, how to fold them, you know, so stuff like that. And so what I want to do is do a tutorial on how to make this ephemera sampler journal, because they're easy to make, and it's made out of things that are free, and you can make them multiple times. So, and I just want to show you one more thing that I'm going to do a tutorial on. This is a ephemera holder. Again, it's free things that are readily available. So, what I like about this is that it's easy to make, it's free, and there's so much room, and you get to decide what amount of room you want. So let's go to a more middle page. Each page has, well, let's talk about an actual page. So this is one page. So all these are both sides. Plus there's a middle thing in here for the big stuff, or you can put, why is that stuck? Oh, I put this in. You can, you know, this is like an ATC holder, or like a business, what are they? Baseball card holder, which I put in through this, quote, binding system. And then on the back, you have another, you can cut these however you want. You want them thick, you want them, or tall, you want them skinny. You know, you've got postage stamps, you want them super skinny. And so I want to show, I want to do a tutorial about how to make this, because I love these. They're awesome. And you can make them basically with things that are readily available, or available virtually all the time at the thrift store. So those are some of my, that's what I'm doing now, and some of my plans for the future, and for the video channel at least. And I hope you will come with me on my current crafting journey. So I will see everybody soon. Thank you.